Good afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing today in the Bluegrass State and abroad? Turned out to be another beautiful fall day here in Kentucky. Just thought I'd make a little video today and maybe get some other people's thoughts on. And I've been thinking about this a lot. Well, not a lot. I've been thinking about here lately. This Mandela effect, as they call it. And I don't know how many people know anything about the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. I don't even remember exactly when it was fired up, but it has been speculated that that's the reason for this Mandela effect that a lot of people experience. And when they fired it up, it's been speculated that it caused a wrinkle in time. It caused multiple timelines to open up and intersect and cross over each other, however you want to put it. I'm not sure. But it is awful weird to me because certain things I remember that other people don't remember. Perfect example, and I'm pretty sure I know I'm not the only one around people around my age. When we were younger, I never played Monopoly a lot. Nothing against Monopoly, it's just I was never into all that much into board games growing up. But I distinctly remember the little guy on the Monopoly with the top hat had the monocle. Now he doesn't. I saw a video posted last night on TikTok. The guy was talking about the Mandela effect. And one of the things he pointed out, and I just distinctly remember it this way, he pointed out that song by Queen, "We Are the Champions." Toward the end it says, he remembers it, and I remember it saying, "We are the champions of the world." But they're saying, no, listen, that was just, wasn't written that way. It was a one-time thing, yada, yada, yada. But I distinctly remember, it seems like almost every time I've heard that song, toward the end it says, "We are the champions of the world." Could be wrong, I don't know. Let's see. There's a bunch of other different things about Nelson Mandela. Everybody thought he was dead way before he actually was. That's where the Mandela effect comes in, where the name comes from. And I know I'm not the only one that's noticed this either. Have you noticed our sun is white now? And I'm being serious right now. I mean, I'm out here, I'm coming home from work. It's 12 minutes after 4 and it's white. The only time our sun is yellow now is at sunrise and sunset. When it gets up high noon in the middle of the day, it's white. Like white hot, you know what I mean? I think magnesium burns white hot, but anyway. And that could be an explanation as to why it's been so much hotter, because our sun is white. I don't know. But yeah, pay attention that at sunset it will be yellow, and tomorrow morning at sunrise it will be yellow. Middle of the day it's white. There's no hint of orange, no hint of red, yellow, nothing. It's white. So, and the more you think about it, I'm starting to think, man, it's not coincidence about the little Monopoly guy. There's certain other things that people mention about remember the way something was spelt. It's not spelt that way anymore. Certain things have just like disappeared, like they never existed. Like take Geritol. Everybody remembers Geritol and the Geritol commercials and whatnot. They didn't even make Geritol anymore. Is it one of those things that has just quietly disappeared from our memories? So maybe there's a little bit of truth to this Large Hadron Collider. When they fired it up, it crossed over. It caused timelines to cross. And maybe we're living in a totally different timeline in a parallel universe now. I don't know. There's things that make you go, Because like I said, and the main one that sticks out in my mind is the little Monopoly guy. I distinctly remember he had that monocle for as long as I can remember. And then all of a sudden, when they start talking about the Mandela effect, all of a sudden he doesn't have the monocle anymore. And everybody says, well, he never did have a monocle. like I said, there's a bunch of other stuff. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, except for the little Monopoly guy, the Queen song, "We Are the Champions." The sun is a different color than it used to be, because I can remember it used to be always, any time of the day when the sun was shining, it was a yellowish color. It had a yellow color to it, and at sunrise and sunset, it was an extremely bright reddish orange color with the yellow thrown in. And now it's during the day, it's white, and it's still red and orange at sunrise and sunset, but it's not as bright and as vivid and intense as it used to be. Every now and then it will be, and I take a lot of pictures of sunsets, sunrises and sunsets, because let's face it, we don't ever know when we'll get to see, if we'll ever get to see another one. So I'm a firm believer, if I see an awesome sunrise or an awesome sunset, I try to take a picture of it, because like I said, you don't know how many more you're going to get to see of either one. And none of them are ever guaranteed. But, things like that, just, I think about it, and I get to think of these, maybe there's something with the Large Hadron Collider. But I do know they fired it up that one time, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't keep up with all that sciencey stuff. I don't think it has been fired up since then. And the reason it might not be is because it scared the hell out of the people that were there that fired it up. Once they fired it up, and maybe when they realized that it crossed timelines and caused everything to go all wonky, they're like, maybe this is something we shouldn't mess with, because it actually rearranges atoms on the molecular level and all this other. Nobody really knows exactly what it does, but I'm thinking it's probably something that does not need to be messed with, because I'm really starting to think that it may have messed with our timeline and maybe pushed us into a parallel timeline, or our timeline just intersected with an alternate Earth timeline or something. And I don't know if there's time, the multiverse, I guess is what I'm trying to talk about here. It's never been proven that it exists, but it's also never been proven that it doesn't exist. But that was my observation video for today. It was on my mind. I thought I'd mention it. If anybody else out there, once I post this video to different platforms, if anybody else out there has got a comment, knows a little bit more about this Large Hadron Collider, and if it has been used since then or anything, feel free to comment and give me what you think about it, your opinion about it, because I like to know what other people think, how they feel about it, and if they think there's any truth to all this, the Mandela effect, and how you feel about it, and if you've noticed it, different things like what I was talking about. And if there's things that you've noticed that I haven't talked about, comment about it. I think it's kind of, I don't know if I want to say neat, but I definitely think it's kind of sort of a little bit on the interesting side. That certain people remember certain things one way, and other people remember it, this way. And then people say, no, it didn't happen like that. It's always been this way. You don't know what you're talking about. It's, whatever. But anyway, like I said, that's my daily observation vid for today. Talking about the Mandela effect, the Large Hadron Collider, and multiple timelines. I guess you call it that, parallel timelines or whatever. But as always, stay safe, God bless, and I will be talking to you.